supporting people without boundaries will kill you. I make that right. I really want to get into the topic of that supporting people without boundaries will kill you. I saw someone that I listen to often like talk. I don't even know where to like hand this so that you could see. But I saw someone talking about it, and I'm literally in a similar situation where I have to set appropriate boundaries in the midst of supporting someone, right? Because I think we get really caught up in loving someone and trying to support them through a really dark time that we forget that we also need to come back to ourselves. Right, so recently one of my friends was going through a love breakup, right? And she was going through it or whatever. I'd been with her for the past two weeks. I've been with her for the past 2 weeks, and I'm just like, I need a break. So, well, not the past 2 weeks, like a week and something, right? So, I told her I couldn't. She asked me if I could come out today, and I was like, I can't. And she was in a very dark place. So she was feeling better, so I was like, I'm just gonna chillax home because I need it. Because I realized when you're supporting someone, they do take a toll on you. No tea, no shade. It's not the fact that I think people are burdens. I do not think that. I do think that when you're supporting someone, there is a weight that is on your shoulders. And I realized that in the midst of me supporting her, I wasn't supporting myself, and I was not doing the things that made me happy. Meaning, I was not walking, taking in some sunlight. I wasn't taking care of my dog. I wasn't reading like I used to. I wasn't writing at all. And writing is my bread and butter, like it always does. Writing is my bread and butter. And the fact that I could not write, I was like, okay, cool. Something is wrong. And I was like, I need to take a break. I really do. I really need to take a break. And a lot of my boundaries have been compromised. Meaning, like, normally on weekend, I take that weekend to reconvene, to clean out and cleanse out my space, to cleanse out my mind. And Sunday she had an emergency and I ran, and that is a boundary for me. I don't like going out on Sunday because I need that space to reconvene with self. And I allowed a lot of my boundaries to be compromised, and now I told her I love you and I will compromise for you, but in this moment I really cannot. I need this space to just exist and to be myself. And you need to understand that as you're going on this healing journey, as you're learning how to support people, how to love people, you can support people, you can compromise with your boundaries because you have to, but you have to come back to yourself. Yes, you can be the person the moment demand, but from the time the moment does not demand you have to allow yourself to come back to yourself and decide what is it that has been going on, what hasn't been working, what has been working, what is that you want to keep, what is that you don't want to keep. And you cannot lose yourself in the midst of supporting people. You cannot lose yourself in the midst of sacrifice. Because as much as I love to see that love is a sacrifice, loving people is a sacrifice. It takes effort, it takes time, it takes love, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice, a lot of compromise. I do understand that you cannot lose who you are in a relationship, friendship, parental, really romantical, all that shit. Work-wise, nothing. You cannot lose who you are in the midst of supporting someone. You cannot lose yourself in the midst of being self-sacrificing. You cannot lose yourself in the midst of giving love, because love is supposed to transform you, supposed to renew, supposed to show the things that you're running away from. And if you refuse to go and deep dive into it, not only that, but to give yourself a specific amount of space to feel and to be and decide what it is that you want or what you don't want, you need to allow yourself to give you space to make way for the things that you are creating, because it's YouTube channel. Just now, I really was I was having a little fit because I did not want to make this YouTube video. I really did not. I was feeling overwhelmed, I was feeling tired, I was feeling stressed. But I was like, this is a boundary I've set with myself that I want to come here and talk to you. I want to experience, I want to help you all, I want to give you all a space to be and to exist. But if I'm steady not allowing myself to not show up, that is a boundary. I want to continuously show up. I show up Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday I sleep. I reconvene, I clean. Alright? And if I don't allow myself to show up because I'm not feeling the need to show up, then who am I? And this is really the point where you have to tell yourself you have to do it, especially if you don't want to. And I'm telling myself I have to do this, especially if I don't want to. And you have to set boundaries with people, especially when you don't want to. When you're helping someone, when you're showing someone the way, some people you have to allow to figure it out for themselves. Some people you have to allow to be alone, and some people you have to set boundaries and be like, I need space right now. You have this, you got this, you will not die. This breakup will not kill you. You will live. Because as much as I would love to think that everything is holly and dandy, it really is not. As much as I would love to be self-sacrificing and serving and being service of people, because I love serving people, I love being useful, I love serving people, I love having wisdom and joy to share to people because that is my point. I do believe that you have to allow yourself to have space to exist. You have to allow yourself to be yourself. And I told my friend, I said, baby, I cannot come outside with you. I cannot come out and say, and you're not gonna see me for a little bit because I feel like I'm not doing things that keep me sane. And you cannot lose yourself in the midst of supporting someone, of helping someone through a dark time, because it's very easy to get into that dark place as well. It's very easy to take on their energy. It's very easy to take on their darkness. And the darkness is not the bad thing, is when you don't cleanse it out, when you don't give yourself the space to cleanse it out, when you don't give yourself space to have accountability for the fact that you have allowed this energy into your body and you need to let it go. You need to inhale, exhale, and in the way that you do. And how do we realign back? You do the things that make you feel good again. So set appropriate boundaries, because I would like to preface this. I want to say this. Love without boundaries is abuse. Love without boundaries is self-sacrifice with no purpose, because all you're doing is hurting them and hurting you. Because not only are you bringing them to a certain level of dependency on you, you're bringing yourself to a certain dependency on them. And I do think a certain level of having interdependence, keyword, interdependence, is necessary. Heavy dependence on people leaves room for complacency and leaves room for you not to be the author of your life. And in this world, we need to be authors of our life. We need to take control of our life. We need to have accountability for the life that we want. And in the midst of supporting people, boundaries is necessary. Say no. Say yes. Say absolutely fudge not. Say absolutely fudge yes. You understand? Because in this moment, when you're building a new life, when you're in a transformative state, you have to allow yourself to let go of the things that once was. You have to allow yourself to open and to create space for the things that you are creating. You need to create space for the things that you want to be in your life. And to have that space, you need to say no to a lot of different things. A lot. And in this state where I'm trying to transform, I'm trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground. You get me? Trying to get this, I don't know, YouTube channel, podcast, doing it. Alright, trying to get this podcast off the ground and experiment and have fun and just tease her with it. I think it's necessary that I say no. I think it's that you say no, because I know you are someone that wants to build something. You are someone that have a dream, and if you don't know what your dream is, you're someone that wants to explore that. You are someone that is struggling to set appropriate boundaries with people because you want to help them. But helping people in that specific way that you're self-sacrificing yourself, and then eventually you get irritated and you start to hate people, is not the way. Because I'm telling you from experience, that way you're gonna start to hate the person. That way you're gonna start to resent the person for continuously helping them and giving your all to this person. You're not supposed to I do believe that you're supposed to open up your heart to love. I do believe that. But to give your entire all to a person is wrong. Maybe to God. I know, if you believe in God. But I do believe a certain level of independence is necessary in all relationships. Compromise is necessary, absolutely, but you should have specific non-negotiables that make you feel good. And when you don't do the specific things that don't make you feel good, you know them. If you don't, figure it out. when you don't do the specific things that make you feel good, you're gonna start falling short. And you're not gonna be able to, you're gonna be pouring from an empty cup. And what is an empty cup? Nothing. So establish that within yourself this little moment of love and cherishing and experimentation and having experiences and living and loving once again. We need to allow ourselves to accept the reality that us helping is causing us to our detriment, and we need to acknowledge when us helping is hurting more than helping. We should not be helping to the point that we resent the person. We should not be helping to the point that we don't want to open our phones. We should not be resenting the point that we don't want to answer their call. You need to create space. And you need to say, I don't want to call you right now. I don't want to see you right now. I don't want to do this right now. Because if I do, I'm going to be drained. If I do, I'm not going to be able to pour. If I do, I'm not going to be able to cleanse my cup. Because we need to continuously cleanse our cup. That means when you're helping people, and the people that you love, you need to continuously cleanse your cup. Be it meditating, journaling, bathing. If it's as simple as bathing or dancing, cleanse your cup. You cleanse your cup by making things that make you feel good, making things that make you back in alignment, doing things that make you feel amazing and good and just fantastical. Because let's be honest, helping specific people when they're in a dark place, it does drain you. You need to fill back your cup. And they are not in a place to fill back your cup because they're in a dark place. And some people, you need to allow them to have space to be alone, because some people are calling you to help them because they cannot be alone. Some people need to be alone to face themselves. If you cannot face yourself and face the things that are making you upset, not just that person I'm talking about, but also you. If you refuse to face the things that are making you upset, that are making you detrimental, that are making you sad, that are making you angry, that are making you feel all these negative emotions, if you refuse to acknowledge these things that are happening in your life, you're not going to be in a good place, darling. You're not. And we need to allow ourselves to get back in alignment. What do I mean by alignment? Alignment is just when life feels good again. Alignment is just when life feels good again, when the angel numbers are click-clacking. When everything is falling into place, where the magic is so potent. Where everything is falling into place and like everything is so good right now. And you just feel amazing. That is alignment. We need to allow ourselves to get back in alignment. Alignment is when our cup is full. Or at least 3/4 of the way. And helping people without boundaries, sacrifice without boundaries, love without boundaries is abuse. It's neglect. And we need to rectify that. Okay. I love you, darling. Bye. I kind of want to maybe do a little different intro. I love my darlings.